Hi, my name's Keith and I'm known as a Florida Stone Man, and today I'm going to be talking to you about one of the most powerful topics in the entire world. Visualization. This is something everyone knows about. Some people are like, well, I can't visualize. Some people are like, oh, I'm very good at visualization, but I'm going to take this to the next level. I'm going to teach this in a way that really is not something normally people teach. Your entire reality is made up of just different visualizations that become different stories. How trippy is that? And people are like, hold on, this is a lot for me. If it's a lot for you, then start at the beginner videos, because this is going to actually change your life. And for the people who want to see their lives changed, this video is going to do it. This is going to do it. I've done this in every point, in every stage in my life, when I'd like to have changed something, and it works so well I just forgot about these methods. But let's just say this is the fastest way in the entire world to interdimension hop. Every civilization, everything ever was built in a mind before it was built in reality. Even, this is a very good example. When God made the heaven and the earth, he knew what he was going to make. So it's something it stays in the higher minds. It's something that is required before anything physical is ever required. So how are you going to remember this video? Because you have a visual of you remembering this video. Everything's visualization. And I'm going to teach you how to dimension hop, because I've done this a couple times. It's freaky. It's freaky, but it's strong. Now, when you get so good at this, it's going to feel like you're tripping. I'm going to give you an example. In the gym, I take napkins that I wipe my face when I sweat, and I crumple it up and I throw it in the garbage can. And this is what basketball players do too. I visualized it going in the trash can, and sometimes I'll miss, but the more I focus on the visualization aspect of making it in the trash can, it'll go in. There was a time I missed the garbage can, but it did some weird movement, and it went back in after falling out, and it was just so trippy that if I told anyone, they'd just be like, maybe you just got lucky, or maybe or like, oh, it doesn't work. Maybe you just thought you didn't make it in the can, and then it went in the can. I'm like, I have two eyes, of technically three, and I saw it not make it in the can to go in the can. Like that. I mean, that's probably how some of these basketball players make the shot so well. I know football players, they admit to visualization, but it's more than visualization. It's if you're able to practice every second of this throughout your day, and I'm going to give you some very powerful exercises that, let's just say, what I teach you, it's going to work so well that your life will go so amazing that you'll forget to do this, because you won't associate this as to being what helped you make it. Some of you will, but yes, I look out because I'm in Florida and looking around the parking lot, but it's the craziest thing in the whole world. I'm going to use so many examples in this video. Let me start with using people as an example, because let's just say you have a relationship, and in that relationship, maybe it's not so well. You guys are kind of distant. It's not the best relationship. It's just not going the way you want it to. That's because you have all the visualizations putting together a story. And I made a video a couple of days ago about changing the story. This is how you do it. This is how you can do it, and will do it. So your entire visualizations of that relationship is based on memories of things not going right. Once you start trashing those memories, if it's a really bad person, they're really bad, just go to the next one. If there's hope in the relationship and there's something that's there that can be kindled, it's called a twin flame for a reason, because one goes out and the other one is ignited. Do exactly that. So if you visualize yourself like, when you think of the person, the first thing you think is you guys arguing. Throw those out. You can force yourself to forget certain things. And what do I mean by forget? It's interdimension hopping. It's a subconscious mind. You can throw it in the garbage bin. You know, in your computer, you could take what's in the trash bin and the recycle bin, and you can delete it. You can do that with your mind too if you try hard enough. If it's bad, save it. If the person's bad or something, then save it. If you visualize, make new visualizations. Just visualize yourself happy, going to the movies with the person. Let's just say you're going out on nice dates, and let's just say it didn't even happen yet. Let's just say, because we're coming up with different realities, because if you don't like the reality you're in, it can easily shift. And I'm thinking about an example right now, because Even our whole entire day is just made up of stories. You think you have different days. You only have different days because you fell asleep and you woke up. If you stay up for 2 or 3 days, it's going to feel like one long day. It's not going to feel like a couple different days. Time's a full-fledged illusion and a man-made construct. Wrap your mind around that for a second. It's like, wait, we're just here and we take naps and we wake up. And then that's how we compose of what time really is. It's because we fell asleep and we woke up and we thought it was a new day, when a new day is basically depicted by the sun going up and down. It's a construct, it's a time, and even that shifts every single day too. And it's not even in the last place that you remembered it, because the sun shifts every single day a little bit over, or it goes down earlier, or it goes up earlier. So not even that is completely stuck in time. It has its own schedules that change. So why can't you change certain schedules in your favor? You're just gonna go with the flow? So try this. Let's just say the person that you are a little bit distant from, that you want to work the relationship out again, visualize them, like for example, your husband or wife. Instead of you having a memory of them in your car yelling and screaming, visualize you guys laughing and having fun in the car just throughout the day. So if you're tapping, okay, this person popped in my mind because they're probably thinking of you. Then instead of you associating that with, oh, I just got into a fight with them, or no, you associate it with, oh, I just had an amazing day with them. Well, that person has become a lot more relaxed. They're not upset all the time. So in essence, that person you don't have evidence of that person existing when they leave you. I mean, you might have a phone call, you might have FaceTime, you might have mail, but they step out of your reality. When they step back into your reality and you practice these visualizations, you're meeting a different dimensional version of them. I know that sounds crazy to some people, but I've seen some things. You literally, there are some things that are out there. It's almost like they teleported. Once you start paying attention to this kind of stuff, it gets really trippy. You think that person goes home, falls asleep, wakes up, and then they're the same person. Nope, they got swapped out when they fell asleep. They got swapped out with whatever they're visualizing, whatever you're visualizing. People are like, oh, that sounds nuts. Once you really know what I'm talking about, it gets very trippy. So our mind is just composed of multiple different stories. So it's a limiting belief to think that, oh, this person that goes home, they do this, they just change, oh, that's the default mood, they just woke up like that. No, it's how you remembered it. If you remember you having a major problem with that person and you go meet up with that person again, even though you didn't say anything, then you're gonna have a problem with them because they're gonna feel it. Because that dimensional version of themselves feels that energy, and it's alive in that dimension. I'm gonna give you guys, let's switch to the topic of abundance, financial abundance versus emotional abundance and abundance in your love life, because I help you guys in every aspect. Of course I will. I'm not gonna, all these videos are applicable to your lives. You will have amazing lives when you listen to my advice. I mean, you don't have to listen to me. You can take everything I say with a grain of salt and a grain of pepper, but it really does work. Try it. So the next thing you can do, and if you've ever wondered, okay, this is a really good example. So make some space. Certain gemstones I have are extremely rare. Some of them can't be obtained, and I had to buy them out from the mines. During certain world events, which I can't say certain world events on here, I flat out just visualized the gemstones that were just extinct, not around anymore, being with me, being on me. So certain designs that, like, let's just say I would like to get a piece of morganite, and I can't find someone who will drill it perfectly, because you have someone drill a gemstone the wrong way, they're gonna crack it and destroy the gemstone. You just throw out your gemstone, it just became a broken gemstone. Versus I visualized certain really rare crystals such as Mexican fire agate being on me, because if you try to find Mexican fire agate online, it's very, very tough to find. If you try to drill it yourself, it'll probably break. But for about a while, consistently, I visualized myself with these gemstones. I saw myself with designs, and I came up with everything I visualized, even though it looks like something out of like my designs flat out look like like some kind of movie, but I don't watch movies like that. I don't. So I use my own interdimensional self as an example through the Most High God. So these downloads will come through the Lord. So what am I saying? The people who have magically, for example, if you would like a black tourmaline necklace from floridastonian.com, and let's just say at the time you don't have the funds, Every single person who's ever visualized themselves wearing a necklace, the money just magically appeared in their account out of nowhere. Almost the exact amount. If you're one of those people, you can comment it in the comment section, but that's exactly how it goes. All you have to do is visualize yourself wearing a Florida Stone Man necklace. If that's expensive to you, then it won't be expensive anymore because you visualized yourself wearing it. Let's use another example. Gold. If you visualize your hands being full of gold rings, and you're doing it consistently, because the biggest thing here is consistency. If you're just driving around, or if you're just walking around and you feel that, you just feel with your eyes. So if you don't think you're wearing gold rings, now my rings just became gold. So now I don't really care for gold as much as I care for steel, because steel is a demon bane. I thought about that. But steel is very, very powerful. You can use gold too. So let's just say you'd like to manifest wearing gold rings. Visualize just that you're walking around throughout the day with gold rings on, and you might just have someone walk up to you gifting you gold rings. That's exactly how it works. It might be a whole non-person. And if you're a spiritual person and you've practiced certain spiritual activities, you'll come across non-persons. It's a full-fledged spirit, it's a full-fledged angel, or if you're doing bad things, it's a demon. Because I've had someone just basically walk up to me and just hand me a certain gemstone that's super rare and just walk off. I'm like, is it like, this person doesn't know me. This person like, oh, I feel like you should have this. So that will happen. If you're a spiritual person, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Certain rituals that people practice, you'll have a full-fledged, it's like a manifestation of a person concentrated. So that's basically how everything, like you people have had interactions with angels simply because that visualization appeared in their mind outside their third eye. So that's how God's angels can visit people. For example, if you're in a store, if you're at a bar, and you see these people come up to you with certain names, so like it's like they're very suspicious people. You didn't see them walking, you did not see, and I've seen this before too. My angels have done this too. They'll disguise themselves as full-fledged people. They'll be able to touch things. They'll be able to, and this is a secret as well, angels can manifest like that to surprise you. So you know that person didn't walk into the front door. You didn't, and this might sound crazy to some people, but some people, if you think this is crazy, this video is not for you. Unless you feel like expanding your mind. But there's certain people who I have seen not walk through the front door of the gym, and certain people I have not seen leave, and you can see the doors outside too. So certain people I'm like, So with this knowledge, it's enough to trip out people and unground them, because now they'll think like, oh, everyone's a fake person, and it can get a little ungrounding versus, because you know what I'm talking about if you know. For example, certain people who force their third eyes open, once they find out they're in a room full of 20 people and they see 40 people or 30 people, they start crying. You know, if you know what I'm talking about, you know. So what am I saying? Work this in your favor. Do this little exercise if you'd like to manifest more financial abundance. $100 bills. Oh, if you think it's hard to obtain, it's because you visualized it being hard to obtain through several visualizations based on certain things that brought you evidence. If you are walking around, visualize yourself with a strap going on your back or around you, like it's just wrapped to you, of just $100 bills. You're going to manifest every single one of those $100 bills. If you're like, oh, that doesn't work like that, because your mind is set on that. Your mind is the only limit. A little bit of faith can move a mountain. Now, the thing is consistency. Now, what if you don't believe in it? If you don't believe in it, but you still practice it, you only need a little bit of faith. You do it consistently. Throughout the day, a little sign is your hands will buzz, tingle, vibrate. You'll see the angel number 999. That means what you're doing is working. You can't see it because we don't need to see stuff to believe it's real. A good example is when Jesus was on the cross, people wanted to see evidence at the time of like, oh, well, when he was crucified, when he came back from the dead, people are like, oh, I'll have to see the scars. I have to see the scars. That's the only way I'm going to believe it. If your belief lies in that, then you don't believe in yourself. So work on believing in yourself. For most people who I've talked to, and I'm not saying, I'm just going to say what I'm not to say. For most people who are so far away from God where they don't believe in God, those people don't believe in themselves. If you really talk to that person, there's some kind of trust issue that happened where they needed someone and they talked to God, They feel like God didn't answer when God did answer. It's not in a way that person can understand. And that person, they led to fear, hurt, pain, and now it basically led to resistance. So, smelling foods now. But no, I'm not hungry. I'm just smelling foods that my angels are passing through. And there's no one around me cooking. I'm smelling coffee and like things that are just not even around. But practice that exercise with the bag. Just even when you drive around, for example, just visualize a large bag of money. And here's the thing: visualize nothing covering it. So if you hit the brakes too hard, it's gonna spill all over the ground. Wait, the visualization, like, it's gonna get strong too, because you're like, well, I can't hit the brakes because the money's gonna go all over the floor and I'm gonna have to pick it up. You're so involved in that visualization, it's become such a story that it's now a reality. Your hands should start buzzing and tingling and itching and getting warm and heat sensations of me even teaching this, because this means you even thinking about it is manifesting it into a reality. It's consistency. Why doesn't this work for everyone? Is because most people don't see evidence right away. They get mad, they give up, and they start providing counter evidence of what they don't want to become a reality, and they start getting frustrated and upset. So in essence, everything starts in the mind. Everything starts in the mind. Pick what you have starting in your mind. If you think a relationship's hard to fix, you've manifested that through different visualizations that have provided you evidence, and you're sticking with that story. You can counter that by visualizing the complete opposite. Another thing you can do too, like I said, if your bank account has, let's say there's only, I'm not gonna say, let's just say there's only $500,000 in your bank account. Okay, let's just say, and I'm gonna say that right now, let's just say there's only $500,000 in your bank account right now. Yes, because I'm manifesting for you guys. If there's only $500,000 in your bank account, when you check your bank account, just visualize over the number an extra million. Yeah, just an extra $1 million. It's kind of nice to have, right? Cool. So, and if you don't think you can do that, I'm on your behalf, I'll say an extra $1 million is not that much for you. If it sounds ridiculous, then I'm changing your story for you to help you out. Now, if you have any questions, ask them in the comment section. If I'm talking and your hand's buzzing, tingling, and itching like crazy, it's because what I just said is shifting you to a new reality, and it's getting closer to you of you actually having more than $500,000 in your bank account. That's how it works. You pick a story. It doesn't matter if it's real or not real, because it's manifestation. You're doing it to the Most High God, and if you ask for it, it's yours because you asked for it. Simple as that. If you have any questions, ask them in the comment section. Until then, I'll see you guys next time. Check out FloridaStoneman.com. Ciao.